Yeah.
We got London on the track.
This is all God's doing, man, you can't plan it. But if the devil's in the details, then I'm satanic.
People's Kid, how we doing? It's your boy Kobe back from another video, and as always, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Now that the NBA is literally weeks away, I thought I'd bring the discussion to one of the hottest young names to break out in the league next year. With the addition of Lonzo Ball, Laker fans now carry optimism for not one but two potential stars on their current roster. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the steps needed to occur for the Los Angeles Lakers' Brandon Ingram to become an all-star in the near future. Without further ado, let's get into it. In an NBA offseason that will go down in the record books for all the different moves that took place, the Los Angeles Lakers looked to their established young core to turn things around. Of course, the Lakers did make one major decision this offseason, and that was to get rid of the talented but inconsistent D'Angelo Russell, a player who has yet to figure out what type of player he wants to be. And although myself and even Magic Johnson believe D'Angelo can be an all-star one day, the deal underscores Laker management's faith in what the duo of Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram can become. But there are still quite a bit of question marks to be answered. Despite Lonzo's successful Summer League debut, we have yet to see what he looks like in NBA action yet, and in the case of Ingram, he was pretty far from a Rookie of the Year candidate for most of last season. While some may only remember the highs of Ingram's 2016-2017 campaign, there are definitely quite a bit of lows. Taking a look at his season-long averages from last year, one may be startled in learning that these numbers actually were helped significantly by a solid finish by Brandon in the final stretch of the year. However, if we do assume Ingram will be no worse than his post-All-Star form of 13 points a game on 47% from the field for the 2017-2018 season, we can fast forward our analysis to focus beyond those early struggles. Offensively, when taking a look at how Brandon Ingram scored most of his points for the Lakers last year, it is interesting to note how underwhelming he was as a shooter coming into the league. Although comparisons to Kevin Durant were heard loud and clear due to his similar physical tools and scoring pedigree while playing in school, it cannot be understated how much he stands to benefit from improving as a shooter. Now, it is easy to look at his 3-point percentage being around a lowly 29% as a place to start for improvements, but I would actually delve first towards the strides he needs to make as a mid-range jump shooter. Looking at his splits of field goal percentages by distance for these critical mid-range spots, there is no telling what Ingram's scoring growth will look like in year 2 if he can bump these numbers closer to the higher 30s, lower 40s mark, especially between the 10 to 16 foot area. If we go through the list of greatest scorers in our league's history and present day, they all quietly, and not so quietly, carry a very potent mid-range game. Lucky for Brandon, due to his incredible gifts from God that he still seems to be receiving even to this day, he will find little trouble getting good looks and will be more of a question on if he can consistently knock down these shots over the course of an NBA game. Moving to the next part of Brandon's game that I think can take a major leap in his sophomore year is his ability to get to the free throw line. Personally, when watching Ingram play for the Lakers last year, I was most impressed with when he was going downhill against the defender, as he managed to draw a lot of contact during the gathering motion on his drives, not too far off from what you see the best guys at getting the charity stripe do. While you think he would translate to plenty of free throws, Ingram actually only attempted 2.7 of these per contest, and I think part of that had to do partly because of how frail his frame currently is. As Ingram continues to get stronger and fill out his body, I believe it is only a matter of time before you see those rookie free throw numbers bump up. Of course, he will also have to improve on a 62% free throw percentage once he actually gets there this year. Taking a turn to the other side of the ball, let us briefly discuss the overall defensive potential of Brandon Ingram as it stands today. Although the Lakers were considered the worst defensive team in the NBA by most standards last year, Brandon himself personally showed flashes of growth later on in the year by using his length to make major defensive plays. Despite numbers showing the Lakers were actually better defensively with him off the court than on the court last season, expect that to change this year as Ingram himself made it clear he is going to focus on challenging himself on this end. If he finds a way to limit the damage opponents will try to do by outmuscling him, he can begin to slowly add value to a team in desperate need of defensive playmakers. Finally, what I truly believe will be the deciding factor on whether Ingram will be an all-star in his NBA career will have to do with his mentality. The phrase, "it is there for the taking," cannot be better suited for a guy who has all the physical tools and offensive moves to become a 20-point performer on a nightly basis. It is why he has teammates praising his ability to score, and the president of the team boasting that he is the one player that he will refuse to give up in any trade deal. But even going back to his college days, Ingram has dealt with issues of being too passive, and this has resulted in him not living up to his ability. To me, the fact that he only took 9 shots a game last year on almost 29 minutes a contest is inexcusable. For the Lakers to do anything this season, Ingram will have to force the issue more times than not as one of the leading scorers of the ball club. As a result, the mentality of being an aggressor at times where he may feel to defer will be a major tension point, but one that can pay major dividends for himself and the Lakers if he learns how to carry this alpha presence and swagger towards his game. So with a market full of free agent forwards next summer whose names will dominate Laker forum discussions across the internet, the duo of Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka will keep a close eye on Ingram this year to see what they can expect. Because who knows, maybe the next Paul George is already on their team. Anyways guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just to review, the 3 biggest things I think Ingram needs to work on to eventually become an all-star is his mid-range shooting, drawing more contact on his drives, and his overall mentality of accepting the idea of being an NBA star. If he gets those things down, I think you can see an all-star player in a few years' time. We will have to wait and see, but I will say it was nice to see him be aggressive last night against the Timberwolves. Nonetheless, make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more basketball videos. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day or night or whenever you're watching this. I'll be back at it soon. Peace.